Hey, welcome folks. Just gonna give a little taste of the FEG budget build. It typically goes for $5.95, and that does include shipping. Shipping, taxes, everything to your doorstep. And I just wanted to show how it runs iRacing. So the computer chip is the Ryzen 3 2200. It has integrated graphics, which is the Vega 8. And once you overclock the integrated graphics, which are not like your typical Intel integrated graphics, these ones are actually, you can actually game with them. So as you'll see here, it runs iRacing just fine. Many people have the FEG, what I like to call it the budget build. But I do overclock the CPU, and I do overclock the graphics card, and it runs it just fine, which you're going to see here in a moment. So, who is this PC for? It's for the guy just getting into iRacing, who may not have that $800,000-$900,000 to drop on a PC at the moment, but maybe he does have $400 or $500 and can save that extra $100 and get something just to get started into iRacing. Today I'm selling this for $525, and again that includes his taxes, shipping, 3-year warranty, all that stuff, and it's easily upgradable, and I will show you guys how to do that as well in this video. So first off, let me jump to the PC itself here, and then we'll jump into how it runs iRacing. We'll actually show that like I do in all my videos. So let me pull up my NDI, which will act as my mobile webcam. And we'll start out, of course, by looking at my feet. Alright, so again, this is not the most powerful PC, but then again, you're going to be paying $525 for it. It does look very nice. You can actually change the LED light if that's your thing, or shut it off if you wish. It comes with the Ryzen 3 2200. I got 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is plenty to run iRacing. I'll show that as well. And yeah, it looks good. Now you'll notice that I'm using the integrated graphics card. There's no graphics card in the slot. However, that's something that the customer can upgrade later. And I make sure I put a good enough power supply in it, so that when it comes time to upgrade, you don't have to change the power supply. You already have the power and the juice. And I make it easy for the customer, as I leave the graphics card connector straight out. You can, it has 2 8-pin PCIEs, and it has plenty of juice to run just about any graphics card on the market. So easy upgrade. You'll just slip your graphics card right into the slot, plug that power right into the graphics card, and you're done. That's it. And you just effectively made this $525 graphic or PC able to run high settings on single and triple monitor, just like that. But let's continue on to the PC itself. Like I said, I do have it overclocked as well, the graphics card, but it's a Ryzen 3 2200. It has cores, and I'll show you how iRacing actually does that. So we'll learn a little something. Just hang on here, and then you'll learn a little bit more about iRacing than people talk about. It's on an ASRock B450M. It's on the Gigabyte B450M, this one. And it's got 8 gigabytes of RAM, which I'll also show is plenty sufficient to run iRacing. No problem at all. You'll see the graphics are the onboard graphics that I stated. We're benchmarking it right now. The Ryzen 3 comes with 4 cores. Plenty to run iRacing, and I'll show that here in a minute. And here's your single core up here, which is predominantly what you care about mostly for gaming. So we're at about 437, and to give you a good idea of what that equals to when you're looking at other ones. Let's just go to the Ryzen 7 1700 that you see here, right? This Ryzen 3 2200 is better than right now, after I overclocked it, is better than a Ryzen 7 1700 for gaming. out of the box Ryzen 7 1700. We can go to, let's compare it to something else. Let's compare it to the Ryzen 5 1600, which you see right there. Again, I got to overclock to running faster than that. So I do overclock these budget builds, so you can see they do run. They'll be running fairly well. You look over here, you see I have an overclock 38, 3.8, and then check the temperatures. The temperatures right now are 26 degrees Celsius. So, and another thing to look at right here. If you're into learning, right now we're using 2 gigabytes of RAM sitting here, the 8 gigabytes. So we have 5.9 left. We're going to go ahead and check this out while iRacing is running, so you can see how little RAM iRacing actually uses. So would I recommend 8 gigabytes over 16 gigabytes? Of course not. You know, it's not that much more expensive to run 16 gigabytes. It's only like 20-30 bucks more. But if you are on a budget and you need to save money somewhere, you can get away with 8 gigabytes, and you can add 8 gigabytes later. So, which is what this PC is for those wanting to jump into iRacing and still have a decent experience. So here we go. Let's go 23 cars. I'm going to check it out. And all of these budget builds like this, they come with a 3-year warranty. And today I'm selling this for $525 instead of $595. So, so if you have a buddy who's playing on Xbox or PS4 and he wants to get a PC from a known vendor who takes care of his customers and with a 3-year warranty, here you go. I'm going to put it in desktop mode, which it does cut the FPS down a little bit doing this, but I want to be able to show you guys a little bit of how iRacing actually uses your RAM and uses your cores. You'd be surprised at how little it actually matters. First, let's see what the type of performance you're going to get out of it. I'll turn the volume down a little bit. All FEG PCs do come with SSD cards. It's not a replay, it is live. Let's show the graphics settings. And this is running off of the integrated. So you got a mix of medium, low, and high. And you're still running with track data on, and no shadow maps, of course. So let's take another look now. So now that you've seen the graphics settings, you can see we're going down the front stretch right now. Right? Going down the front stretch, you can see I have the pits on. Everything's turned on. It's just on low. So we're going down the front stretch, and that's what you're seeing right now. About 70 frames per second, 75 frames per second down the hardest portion to run. All of Martinsville is pretty much grandstands though, so as you can see we're going down the back stretch now. You see all the crowds are on, everything. So we're looking at 77 frames per second right now. I advertise 60 to 100. So depending on the track, it'll go up and down. But let's take a look at the temperatures and exactly how much. Educate you a little bit about the cores here. Okay, so what you're seeing here is 0, 1, 2, 3. That's 4 cores right there. That's what iRacing is using right now. You can see the percentages that it's using. You'll notice that core number 3, it's using the most energy from. The most power. You'll see sometimes it gets to 40, 50%. That's because iRacing is by and large a 2 and sometimes 3 core simulation. It's actually running right now. They went green. But you can see CPU 2 core and GPU 3 core are getting utilized the most. But it's still not using even a Ryzen 3's 4 cores. You can see that bottom get up to 50% there. That's the main core that it's using. Okay, now let's look at memory. How much memory is being utilized? We're looking at 4.7 gigabytes of RAM being used right now. And if you were here earlier in the broadcast, you saw that 2 gigabytes of memory were being used by Windows. So you're looking at, basically, depending on the track, probably 3 or 4 gigabytes of RAM being utilized. This, Robert, this one's 525 shipped. And of course we can go back to here. And we're looking at, you know, not bad FPS. And again, when you want to run this at high settings and at much higher frames per second, you can simply add a graphics card later. And I make sure that I have the power cord here for you, ready to do that. And of course, this does come with a 3-year warranty, so if you have any issues. And of course, everything comes overclocked in it. So, not a bad deal at all to get into iRacing. So if you already have a buddy who's running with an Xbox or PS4 and they want to get into iRacing, they can probably sell their Xbox or PS4 for $200-$250 with their games, and they have to come up with about $250-$300 they can get into iRacing. And today, this is going to be $525. So we can get out of iRacing, and you can watch what the memory does when I quit out of iRacing. And then you can watch the memory go down from, it was at what, 4 or something, and now it's at 1.9. So iRacing doesn't use much memory. Don't let anyone tell you that you have to have 16 gigabytes. Of course, you know, obviously you're on a budget when you're with something like this. So, yeah, it's going to make a difference. But in general, pay the extra $20-$30 and get 16 gigabytes. Looking at the temperatures, you can see to the far right, you have 52 degrees Celsius, and that's with me overclocking it. So as you can see, overclocking is not dangerous. 52 degrees Celsius under full gaming load right there, not a problem. You know, most people are probably at that even without overclocking. Helps if I turn the mic on, right? Hey Damon, can this run triple monitors at its $525 sale price point today? No, it can't. However, if you put a graphics card in it later on down the line, of course, it'll run triples on high settings. If you dropped a GTX 1660 Ti, which runs roughly $300, or a 5700 vanilla, it'll run high settings on triples, or you know, RTX 2060, you will be running triples easily with this setup, and on mostly high settings as well. So, but yeah, as you saw, it's a great starter PC. I make it very simple to put the. I have the power cord already out, just in case you want to upgrade. You know, within a month or two of buying it. But as you saw, it runs iRacing just fine. As it is with the Vega 8 graphics. Of course, it is overclocked. I have the graphics and the chip overclocked. But you can see it's going to run iRacing 60 to 100 frames per second with the settings that you saw. So, but anyway, that's the FEG budget build there. It's going to be $525 today, and that includes shipping and taxes. straight to your doorstep. It'll come with iRacing already on it. I do put trading paints on it and a couple other iRacing third-party apps for you. And you know, I'm aware that PCs like this are usually going to those who have who might be jumping in, or you know, there's some guys who've been in iRacing for a while and their laptops just aren't running it anymore. But this is a great PC to start out on. Like I said, comes with a 3-year warranty. I back all my products up, and you know, you don't have to get a used PC if you don't want to. But if you don't want to use PC and you don't want to build it yourself, FEG PC will build it for you. You'll get a quality product backed by a lot of experience, 3-year warranty, and I pretty much can't go into a race right now without 2 or 3 guys already owning an FEG PC. So it didn't happen by accident. I serviced the pros. I got a couple Peak Pro guys are running FEG PCs. iRacing staff themselves are running iRacing PCs. So you'll be taken care of. So, but I don't want to take any more of your Sunday. You guys take care and good luck on the track.